All right, welcome back to the Planning, Housing, Economic Development Committee. It's Monday, September 20th, and we are continuing our review of Thrive Montgomery 2050, the revised general plan for Montgomery County. And today we're working our way through the first two chapters, chapter 1 and 2. And we have a council memorandum that provide some comments for us to discuss, and that's what we're doing for today. And then we're going to take up the green building code. I'm going to guess that we will be not more than 2 hours on Thrive, and then a pretty quick movement through the green building code. So we can get started. I'd like to just preface this by re-articulating that the Thrive Montgomery plan has gone through tremendous community review, and our planning department has conducted outreach touching thousands of residents with direct engagement and soliciting feedback and surveys and community events. I remember participating in the Burtonsville, I think it might have been the kickoff of Thrive, actually, the Burtonsville event maybe 2 years ago, and there were hundreds of people there actually, and everybody who had the chance to participate in creating a mural about their vision for the area and the vision for the future of the county, and those kind of efforts really fit a theme and helped craft the themes of Thrive. And I know we're getting there's always going to be some criticism. I was somewhat relating to a comment that was made that you'll hear that there's criticism of the participation level until the participation level reflects the point of view of the person who is criticizing it, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here. I think we had a pretty robust community engagement effort, but there's always a lot of issues that we're going to smooth out and work our way through. Of course, that's to be expected, as in anything, but this has been a very full and deep community engagement process. Despite the pandemic, we've had a lot of in-person and online engagement, and we have a document here, I think, that reflects that process. So just wanted to make that point, and again, just to kind of reiterate our calendar here, we are looking to have this committee complete its Thrive work by early October, first week or two of October, enabling us to send it on to the council and for the council to act on it by the end of the calendar year. Certainly anticipate there will be more than one session of the full council to kind of go through everything, but I think we're on track here thus far. So with that, if there are no comments from my colleagues, I'll turn it to Pam. We can welcome our participants and dive into it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to start here in just a second. I want to do just a quick request to Yi Quinn to allow Chris McGovern into the meeting. He's with planning staff, and he may be required to show some of his mapping. So with that, thank you, everyone. This staff report today focuses on what we're calling the first and second chapters of the Thrive Montgomery plan. We had covered the introduction at our last work session, which was the last PHED committee work session in July. So we're starting off today. The next 6 chapters, 1 through 6, really are each topic area specific, and they include policies and practices to further.
I'm being told that the streaming for this meeting is a little bit mixed up. I'll let council IT staff know that some are saying that when you go to this on the website, you get the Public Safety Committee meeting, and when you go to the Public Safety meeting, you get this. So please take a note of that. We'll continue since it is being streamed, but sorry, Pam, didn't mean to interrupt you. Just need to alert our council IT staff about that. Please continue.
Sure. Okay, so as I was mentioning, each of the chapters 1 through 6 are topic areas specific, and they include policies and practices that really further the content of what is being discussed in the chapter. The first chapter today is called Compact Growth, and this is not a new concept to the general plan for Montgomery County. Compact growth was something, and corridor focused growth was something that the 93 refinement also encouraged and had policies that were aimed at. So that's not unique. The next chapter, just to give you some context, is complete communities. And the way the first 3 chapters of the Thrive Plan work are that they are nested together. So the first chapter, this compact growth chapter, really is about county-wide growth. Where do we see compact growth occurring? And we'll go through all that. The next chapter that we'll talk about today, the complete communities, is really at the neighborhood level. How do communities develop over time? And then the third chapter, which we'll discuss at the next work session, has to do with sort of the project level, the block, the building level of development. And then after that, we'll have further work sessions on transportation, housing, and parks and recreation. So just to also give a little context for people that are watching this or haven't been involved with it in the last couple of months, the planning department gave a presentation to the committee in mid-July in which they summarized their vision for Montgomery County in 2050. And the bullet points are on the second page of the staff report. And I think they're important to remind people that the vision as they describe it is to maintain a constrained growth area, to reintroduce East County corridors as a key to racial equity and economic competitiveness, to place an emphasis on east-west corridors with transit, to protect the agricultural reserve and make it more accessible and relevant to the whole county. And the last, to look for new ways to think about growth for using such things as parking lots to places, complete communities, and 15-minute living. So that's just sort of a summary of it, but I think it also helps encapsulate kind of what the purpose of some of these policies and practices are going to be aimed at. So with that, we turn, I'm on the third page of the staff report, to the compact growth corridor focused development chapter. And one of the primary things you'll see in this chapter is the 2050 growth map. And how the corridors, the growth areas, and the centers are defined and where they're located.